Welcome to the Daily Current Affairs by Civics and IAS, where we try to discuss the top 10 important topics for the UPSC CSE Prelims for the day from the Hindu, the Indian Express and the PIB. Displayed are the list of topics which we have chosen for today's discussion. The first article of the day is from the PIB, talks about the Smart Cities Mission achievements. In this context, we'll talk about the Smart Cities Mission. See, it was launched on 25th June of 2015 by PM Narendra Modi. Know that the objective is to enhance the quality of life in 100 cities through smart, sustainable and inclusive solutions. Furthermore, the key goals of the mission are economic growth, inclusivity, environmental sustainability and creating replicable models of urban living. Now, significantly, the scope of it is that it addresses housing, transportation, education, healthcare, recreation and urban governance. Now, what is the approach does it follow? Firstly, it follows an area-based development approach, where the targeted interventions are in specific areas chosen through citizen participation, and the ABD areas are developed as replicable models for the rest of the city. Then, these are the pan-city projects, where technology-driven solutions are applied city-wide, and the examples include intelligent transport systems and integrated command and control centers, etc. Some of the other key features of the mission are special purpose vehicle for program implementation, multiple funding sources, competitive federalism and active citizen engagement. Now, if you have to look at the key achievements as of December 2024, the total projects completed are 91% of 8,075 projects with an investment of 1,147,704 crore. Furthermore, the operational ICCs in all cities are data-driven governance for transport, water supply, solid waste management and emergency responses, and these served as COVID war rooms during the pandemic. Furthermore, with respect to public safety, 84,000 CCTV cameras, 1,884 emergency call boxes and advanced traffic systems installed across cities. Then with respect to water supply, 17,026 km of water pipelines monitored via SCADA for leakages and efficiency. Then with respect to solid waste management, 66 cities leveraging RFID enabled vehicles and AVL systems for waste collection. Then with respect to mobility, 1,740 km of smart roads and 713 km of cycle tracks developed. Also, intelligent transport management systems were implemented. Then with respect to education, 9,433 smart classrooms and 41 digital libraries were established. Lastly, with respect to health, 172 e-health centers and clinics without dedicated beds and 152 health ATMs were installed. The second article of the day says that yesterday marked a historic achievement in wildlife conservation as the first ever Ganges river dolphin has been tagged in Assam. Know that this initiative was conducted under the auspices of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, was implemented by the Wildlife Institute of India in collaboration with the Assam Forest Department and Aranyak with the funding from National CMPA Authority. In this context, we'll talk about the Ganga river dolphin. See, the Ganga river dolphin, also known as the tiger of the Ganges, was officially discovered in the year 1801. Significantly, the habitat of it is the Ganges river dolphins historically distributed in major river systems like the Ganges, Brahmaputra, Meghna and Kadnaphuli and Sangu of the India, Bangladesh and Nepal. If you have to talk about the features of these dolphins, firstly, the Ganges river dolphin can only live in fresh water and is essentially blind. Secondly, they hunt by emitting ultrasonic sounds which bounces off of fish and other prey, enabling them to see an image in their mind. Furthermore, they are frequently found alone or in the small groups and generally a mother and a calf travel together. Then, even the females are larger than the males and give birth once every 2 or 3 years to only one calf. Significantly, being a mammal, the Ganges river dolphin cannot breathe in water and must surface every 30 to 120 seconds. So, because of the sound it produces when breathing, the animal is popularly referred to as Susu. Then, what about the protection status of it? See, the International IUCN or the International Union for Conservation of Nature has listed it as endangered. Furthermore, under the Indian Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, it is under the Schedule 1. Then, with respect to the Convention on the International Trade in Endangered Species, the CITES, it is under Appendix 1. And then lastly, with respect to Convention on Migratory Species, it is under Appendix 1. Notably, the National Mission for Clean Ganga celebrates October 5th as the National Ganga River Dolphin Day. The third article of the day says that the Indian Space Research Organization on Wednesday commenced the assembly of the human-rated launch vehicle HLMV-3 for the Gaganyaan mission's maiden uncrewed flight. In this context, we'll talk about the Gaganyaan mission. See, the Gaganyaan project envisages a demonstration of human spaceflight capability by launching crew of 3 members to an orbit of 400 kilometers for a 3-day mission and bring them back safely to Earth by landing in the Indian sea waters. Know that the success of the Gaganyaan mission will put India in the allied group of nations which are US, Russia and China having human spaceflight capability. Furthermore, there are 2 objectives of the mission. Firstly, to undertake human space flights, and secondly, space exploration. Now, with respect to the launch, a modified version of the ISRO's most reliable rocket, which is the LVM-3, the 3-stage heavy lift launch vehicle, which was previously called Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle Mark III, is launching the vehicle of the Gaganyaan mission. Then, with respect to the human-rated LVM-3, see, it is a 3-stage vehicle with a 1-ton core liquid propellant stage and a strap-on stage with 2 solid propellant motors, each with 200 tons propellant. Furthermore, the upper stage will be cryogenic, fueled with a propellant loading of 25 tons. Significantly, the LVM-3 has a lift-off mass of 640 tons and it can carry a payload of up to 4,000 kilograms into the geosynchronous transfer orbit at 35,000 kilometers. Then, the HLMV-3 consists of crew escape system powered by a set of quick-acting, high burn rate solid motors, which ensures that crew module along with the crew is taken to a safe distance in case of any emergency either at the launch pad or during the ascent phase. The next article says that a high-power committee led by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday to select the next chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission. In this context, we'll talk about the NHRC. See, the NHRC of India was established on 12th October of 1993. The statute under which it was established is the Protection of Human Rights Act of 1993 as amended by the Protection of Human Rights Amendment Act of 2006. Significantly, it is in conformity with the Paris Principles adopted the first international workshop on national institutions for the promotion and protection of human rights held in Paris in October 1991. If you have to look at the composition, see, the composition consists of a chairperson, 5 full-time members and 7 deemed members. Know that the chairman is a former Chief Justice of India or a Supreme Court judge. Now, what about the appointment and tenure of this commission? See, the chairman and the members are appointed by the president on the recommendations of a 6-member committee. Know that the committee consists of the Prime Minister, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, leaders of the opposition in both the Houses of Parliament and the Union Home Minister. Furthermore, the chairman and the members hold office for a term of 3 years or until they reach the age of 70. The next article says that the Uniform Civil Code will be implemented in Uttarakhand from January, according to Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. In this context, we'll talk about the Uniform Civil Code. See, the Uniform Civil Code of the UCC is a proposed set of laws intended to replace the diverse personal laws governing various communities in the country with a single set laws applicable to all citizens irrespective of their religion. Know that the code comes under Article 44 of the Constitution, which lays down the state shall endeavour to secure a uniform civil code for the citizens throughout the territory of India. So, these principles are not legally enforceable, but are meant to guide the state in making the policies. Furthermore, it has been supported by some as a way to promote national integration and gender justice, but opposed by others as a threat to religious freedom and diversity. Then the idea of UCC is to promote equality and non-discrimination by ensuring that all citizens are governed by the same set of laws in matters such as marriage, divorce, inheritance and adoption. Also know that India is the only state in India that had a UCC in Goa, which retained the common family law known as the Goa Civil Code, and after it was liberated from Portuguese rule in 1961. But the rest of India follows different personal laws based on their religious or community identity. But recently Uttarakhand has passed this Uttarakhand Uniform Civil Code Bill in 2024, becoming the first state in India to implement a Uniform Civil Code. The next article says that the Crime and Criminal Tracking Network System, in short called the CCTNS, is a nationwide IT-enabled system implemented in India since 2009 to enhance policing efficiency. In this context, we'll talk about it. See, talking about the CCTNS, the key objectives of it are 3. Firstly, citizen-centric police services via a web portal. Secondly, nationwide crime and criminal record search. And lastly, computerization and police processes. Now, what is the scope of it? See, the CCTNS covers all 35 states and union territories, encompassing over 15,000 police stations and 6,000 high police officers. Know that it facilitates both vertical and horizontal connectivity between the police units and external entities. Then what are the benefits of this portal? Firstly, for the police, it gives enhanced investigation tools, centralized crime data repository, improved crime pattern analysis, faster turnaround time for analysis results, reduced workload, better coordination and knowledge sharing. Then for the ministry, it provides a standardized data capture, faster access to crime information, enhanced pattern detection, and improved response to inquiries. Then lastly, for the citizens, multiple access channels for police services, simplified processes for registering petitions and accessing services, improved case tracking, easier access to information on unclaimed property, then improved grievance registration, and better victim or witnesses relationship management. Then for the external departments, it provides a seamless integration with police systems for better citizen service delivery and improved law enforcement. The next article talks about the PM-AASHA scheme, which stands for the Pradhan Mantri Annadata SanraksHan Abhiyan. In this context, we'll talk about it. See, it is a scheme that is aimed towards ensuring remunerative prices to farmers for their produce. So the government has taken this unprecedented step of launching the scheme. Know that the scheme is expected to complement the increase in MSP, which will be translated to farmers' income by way of robust procurement mechanism in coordination with the state. Furthermore, the PM-AASHA is an umbrella scheme comprising of price support scheme, price stabilization fund, price deficit payment scheme, and lastly, market intervention scheme. So firstly, talking about the price support scheme, in this part, physical procurement of pulses and oil seeds and copra will be done by the central nodal agencies. So besides NAFED, Food Corporation of India will also take up procurement of crops under the PSS. Then talking about the price stabilization fund, see, this scheme will help in protecting consumers from extreme volatility in prices of agri-horticulture commodities by maintaining strategic buffer stock of pulses and onion for calibrated release to discourage hoarding, unscrupulous speculation, and for supplies to consumers at affordable prices. Furthermore, apart from the buffer maintenance, the interventions under the PSF scheme have been undertaken in other crops such as tomato and in subsidized retail sale of Bharat dals, Bharat atta and Bharat rice. Lastly, then we have the market intervention scheme where the focus is on perishable crops, and the mechanism is that activated on a request of the state or UT governments if the prices drop by at least 10% compared to the normal season. Then, lastly, we have the price deficient payment scheme where the focus is on oil seeds, and the mechanism is that farmers receive direct payment for the difference between the MSP and the selling or model price. So know that the coverage is up to 40% of the production sold by the pre-registered farmers, then 15% of the MSP value covered by central government, and these are implemented through transparent auctions. The next article says that analyzing the lineage of cheetahs to create a strong genetic foundation, relocating leopards from the predator-proof fenced areas and augmenting the number of prey animals are part of the cheetah action plan for Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary in Madhya Pradesh, ahead of the plans to introduce a batch of cheetahs there next year. In this context, we'll talk about the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. See, the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary will be the second home for cheetahs in India after the Kuno National Park. Know that the sanctuary is spread across an area of 368.62 square kilometers in the districts of Mandsaur and Neemuch in the western MP, right on the border with Rajasthan. Know that it lies in the Khatiyar dry deciduous forest eco region. Significantly, the Chambal River bifurcates the sanctuary into two nearly equal parts, with the Gandhi Sagar Dam situated within the sanctuary. Know that it looks like a Masai Mara, which is a national reserve in the Kenya known for its savanna wilderness and wildlife. Talking about its vegetation, see, it consists of northern tropical dry deciduous forests, northern tropical dry mixed deciduous forests, and lastly dry deciduous scrubs. Now, why is it significant? See, the sanctuary has many places of historical, archaeological, and religious importance, such as Chaurai Sarg, Chaturbhujana Temple, Badkaji rock paintings, Nasikujhar Hildija Fort, Taksheshwar Temple, etc. The next article says that Kerala has reported 2 MPOX cases in the last 2 days. In this context, we'll talk about the MPOX. See, it is a viral zoonotic disease which is transmitted from animals to humans and is identified as a pox-like disease among the monkeys. Hence, it got the name MPOX. Know that the MPOX virus is an orthopox virus, which is a genus of viruses that includes the variola virus, which causes the smallpox. Though self-limiting, it can lead to death, especially among children and those with weak immune system. Furthermore, the disease is considered endemic to countries in the Central and the West Africa. Significantly, MPOX has been declared a public health emergency of the national concern twice. Then, moving on to talk about the transmission, see, the MPOX spreads from person to person through close contact with someone who has a rash, including a face-to-face, skin-to-skin, mouth-to-mouth or mouth-to-skin contact, including the sexual contact. Now, what are the symptoms for it? See, the first invasion period between 0 to 5 days is characterized by fever, headache and lymph node swelling, and the last telltale sign. See, the skin eruptions show up within 2 days of fever. Then the rash is more concentrated on the face but can also be found in the palm and the sole of the feet. Furthermore, it also affects the oral mucous membrane, the conjunctiva, cornea of the eye and the genital area. Now, what is the test for the MPOX? See, since these are the DNA viruses, we need a polymerase chain reaction test which is nothing but the PCR test. The last article of the day says that in a team of scientists from the National Center for Polar and Ocean Region and National Institute of Ocean Technology imaged an active hydrothermal vent located at a depth of 4,500 meters in the central and the southwest Indian ridges in the southern Indian Ocean. In this context, we'll talk about the related aspects. See, this event for the first time was held where the Indian scientists captured high-resolution images of an active hydrothermal vent in the southern Indian Ocean. Know that the organizations involved are the National Center for Polar and Ocean Research and the National Institute of Ocean Technology. So why is this significant? See, it could support the mineral exploration and the deep ocean mission led by the Ministry of Earth Sciences, valued at 4,000 crore rupees. And furthermore, it marks a milestone in India's deep sea exploration capabilities. Now, what are the key findings under it? See, firstly, the hydrothermal vent characteristics are located at a depth of 4,500 meters in the central and the southwest Indian ridges. Then, these hydrothermal vents are underwater hot springs formed when the cold water trickles to the fissures on the ocean crust. Then the water mixes with the magma and heats up to temperatures up to 370 degrees centigrade and emerges as plumes rich in minerals and gases. And active vents can remain functional for 100 years to as long as 30,000 years. Know that these deposits are rich in minerals and the deposits around the vents are rich in copper, zinc, gold, silver, platinum, iron, cobalt, nickel and other valuable minerals. Notably, these mineral deposits are critical for economic and industrial applications. Like if you have to talking about the imaging details, see the captured using an automatic underwater vehicle during a high resolution deep sea exploration mission. Know that this AUV was launched from the research vessel Sagar. So in this video, we have discussed 10 articles in total for today. We'll be back again with another video tomorrow. Thank you.